Okay. Hello. Okay. I have the 4 hour up here. We're pretty choppy here. Let's just do a top down at the start here. We have a 4 hour gap here that held down, and we're sitting at this 4 hour that if we do get closure on here, we should run these lows. And looking at the hourly here, we took this low already. Seeing this low next. It's very choppy now. It's strong range, but now just going back and forth. Let me delete some of these. I'll just mark some errors for potentially to this week. Non-farm payroll of the week. Keep that in mind. And let's get ready to work. So on the 15-minute here, we have not really any gaps to play by. When we don't have any gaps like that, we're going to look at order blocks. And once we made this low here, these two down close candle, we made it close higher. We want to see this order block hold if we're bullish. So, I'll just only mark that for the 15-minute. There we go. This should hold, if we're bullish, we want to see it hold the mean threshold, which we're only like 15 points away. And let's go on the 5 here. The 5, something else we have here. We have a a bullish breaker here. We have this up close candle. We sweep the low. We close past the high, and we're just sitting at this 5-minute FEG, which we have another one down here. If this could hold the breaker, we can really push upside, but we need confirmation. ES shows the same thing. We're pretty bearish today after taking out the London highs here. We did a gap up right at open, future open. It kept on moving higher and higher. And then we see Asia here just making a low. London takes out that low, and then New York takes out that London high before really plummeting down. And we can see very similar things happen on ES, but there was a SMT that happened here, which we can mark out. So we kind of know what we want to anticipate from here. We already filled the gap. Now we're just waiting to see what kind of price action it wants to deliver to us. Okay. So ES is already kind of rejecting or violating this breaker. We get closure on the breaker in 2 minutes. I would also want this BPR to hold. We'll just see if it does. 5-minute BPR there. But same thing, I'm looking at this 15-minute order block. If this is a change to delivery, it should have respected here already, but it's pretty weak right now. We're likely not going to look for long until it shows much more confirmation than this. And there's not that many gaps to go by. So far, let's just fix this. This is from Friday here. Higher time frame. What are we at on the 4-hour? We rejected off this bearish 4-hour here. We're just coming back and forth. This is probably just chop until we get closure here, which we'll get closure at 2 p.m. If we get closure under this 4-hour, this will probably be more bearish. Because we don't know when the candle closes. It could just come back up. So I'm not going to mark that as anything yet. I'll just put it neutral. And then the intraday bias is bearish. The 1 minute is looking choppy, but it's likely turning bearish until otherwise. So we're probably looking for shorts at the current moment. Okay, so we're watching this 5-minute breaker here. We get closure in 20 seconds. We'll see how that goes. And then we'll also give away some counts. Okay, cool. I don't know. Should I take out this this unicorn thing? It's kind of in the way right now. Sometimes it's helpful just to see what's going on, because if it aligns with what we think. Right now it doesn't. It just feels like it's in the way. We're looking for lower prices though. Alright, let me just make sure I have my account set up. And then we'll get ready to roll. So 5-minute close with end, but it's look like it's coming lower. But this is the last area that I would want to watch. This also coincide with this 15-minute order block, which is the main threshold of it. I'll just see if it wants to see how it wants to move here. Yeah, there's nothing really going to hourly. PM might be a little bit more difficult to manage. It's just definitely slower. So we have like this lowest liquidity that got snapped there, and they're still selling off. Okay, so yeah, we have so far this week we have 2 ETF, 2 My Funded Futures, and 3 Apex accounts to give away this week. That's what it's 7 accounts, so we can do either 1 or 2 today, and then there's gonna be some days where we'll go 2. Good. So we're in this 5-minute here. NQ still within. The breaker is not invalid until we get a close under, so I could still hold here. I still want to see how it, if it does move lower, we'll see how it reacts to this BPR. If it just smashes the BPR, I'm not looking at longs until I see more confidence. But they're trying to hold this here. Holding a good area. We inverse the 15-minute FAG. Let me see. I don't really have anything on the 15-minute here. There's just a lot of wicks going both sides. It just shows it's strong range each candle. Oh, okay. Maybe on the ES. Okay. It hasn't have close under yet though. This is potentially bullish setup here, but it's just way too risky. I need more confirmation of this for sure. How is everyone doing today? April Fool's Day on a Monday. Had a wild morning. But if you were on the Discord, we gave some setups. We basically shorted the top there. But just gonna wait for setups to come. Probably post 130 once we get some more volume coming. Passed the eval this morning, but got chopped up under the eval. Yeah, it had really crazy range. I did not expect 930 open just to really go at it. I had no. From 930 open here, we did like a quick dump, I guess. Like a 20-point dump, and then the next candle just like 10 points, 15 points, 20 points, and then in like 10 minutes or 8 minutes after that dump, we moved up like 100 points. That's April Fool's price action there. This is what I shared in Discord. I shared this bearish breaker here, so you would have entered after I took out these highs, hit these relative highs. It had SMT. We have this should be, where was it? This is the order block that I was marking here. It's a nested breaker with an order block here and then FAG. If you just enter it at 15, let's say 2-point stop. This is what exactly I said in the Discord earlier in the morning when it happened. It's delivered well. I just targeted 5308 here, and a very similar setup on NQ as well. That breaker there, and had a nice rebalance to these lows, and then we just kept on rebalancing for lower, just redistributing to distribute lower. So pretty interesting morning. Afternoon is a little lackluster so far. Europe is on holiday. I think Asia and London really opened up crazy. I don't know if they're on holiday. Everyone seems to be working overdrive to deliver this April range. Yeah, we're just still moving lower. If we get closure here, I don't really have any good hopes with it. We have a 5-minute BPR here too. I'll mark this out. We'll just see how it reacts. If it just start rejecting it or pushing through it, that's the last line defense for me. We're gonna keep on moving lower. But yep, hopefully everyone had a good 3-day weekend though. Looks like we're just moving lower. I think that unicorn thing was trying to share. No, it's sharing along. Okay, that I don't want to. If I'm already bearish, I don't want a indicator to marking like a bullish setup to confuse you. We're still looking for lower prices. We're just waiting to see some areas to see if it holds here. But look up my top right. It's gonna show my bias the whole time. We're bearish here until otherwise. I didn't know I had a hat off from work today. Hardly paid attention to job. Trading jam most of the day. That's good. I mean, if you're getting paid to just be able to do whatever you want. Where do you post your trades in Discord? It's just I post my analysis more so. It's in the chat. In the main chat, the index trading chat. You can see it in real time. But it's a new week, new month. Lots of new things going on here. So we got closed in 1 minute. We'll just see if it does want to react to this BPR. We're going to likely violate this breaker here. So I'm still seeking for lower prices. Some large gap to fill too. Well, low time frame. Okay, let's just watch this 5-minute close. I'm probably gonna wait for 1:30 before taking any trades though. Nothing seems enticing right now. Alright, we got a 5-minute close. It violated the breaker. We're likely going to violate this BPR and ES. We're just going for these lows. I'm just going to seek any short setup I can here. And this 15-minute here, we're already way past the threshold. Let's just see if we can get a setup to target these lows here. Just give me a premium discount. I just want to see if we can get a pop above. Short says very heavy. Where you located? I'm in the US, in Florida. I'm trying to just stay in the 5-minute here. The 1 minute is staying like just moving much lower. Watching the closure helps though. We're just smashing through. There's just no good sentiment for upside right now. We're really strongly selling off. So something like if you were bullish though, and then we get it closed under this move under this breaker, it doesn't even have to get it closed on the breaker. Once we get a wick under it, we don't. That's already like sentiment that it's gonna be not as safe as you think. So like, say you were looking for long somewhere up here, like thinking it'll come higher. Take your stop. Don't hold through this. Don't try to put it past another BPR or whatever other line of defense. This would save you from taking much more risk. So had you taken like a long, let's say you thought long was like 464, like stop under the breaker here at 453, it would have been 10 points. But yeah, keep in mind, you just want to stay with the bias unless we get a closure on the 15 minute, which is gonna be tough. We'll likely have to inverse this candle here. If we inverse this, I'll try some look for longs. Right now, other than that, we're gonna be looking for shorts. If we can inverse this 15 minute, then we can be looking for something. But looking for shorts now, or still looking for shorts. It just it's hard to get an entry now, huh? Once we started, should have joined in somewhere. It's not. We haven't got too much of a retrace though. They really have objective to move price lower here. Just want to see if we can get a good short somewhere. Maybe if we could just balance and consolidate more and do a manipulation up to, like, let's say this 15 minute. Just keep on moving a little bit, chopping around, and then we can really try to take it down. Let's see if that happens. It's kind of just like a whim here. There's just not any setups that I'm trying to chase right now, but I would love to see it kind of react, chop around first before moving lower. It's not doing that. We're aiming for these lows. We already rejected, violate this breaker, inverse all the bullish PD rays, and violate like the 15 minute here, order block, and we have the BPR just smashing through. We're just going for these lows right now, the bare minimum. Tiny jungle, yeah, short. Well done, man. I mean, at least I'm not trying to long blindly here. I didn't get a short entry. I don't think I had a decent entry model. Or let me just. Where could I have entered here? Even look at this 1 minute here. Once we took out this trendline liquidity, we could see like a bearish breaker with these down close candles, taking out this high here. But did we really get a tap here? I guess we did on this wick up at 472. That's the only chance you could have gotten inside the sliver of the 1 minute here. Other than that, like, we have some equal highs on ES. It's just slowly grinding down. It's just not something I could really try to go for. You might do a light soup long, Trevor. Let me see. Did we hit a... I mean, at least wait for a SMT to be made here. If we take out this low and NQ holds this low, that could be the SMT to join in longs. With a, just, you have to acknowledge that if you do try longs, it's counter dread. And that might means you have to take very tight stops or tight risk, and also do lesser risk size. I just want to see this chop around. Looks like YM did take out this low here. Interesting. That might be the SMT already. I usually don't watch YM. I just watch NQ and ES. Alright, let's see if this 130 open here though. Is there a 4-hour rejection block? Let's see. If you're looking at these highs, this rejection block aligns with this 4-hour FG. Other than that, you can also see these lows here. You could see it like that. I would have to wait for this 2 p.m. close. This could hold though. This could work. And also it could have would be more holding this order block here too. Like how ES is doing here. ES already filled this 4-hour FEG here. We could come back up if it chooses to hold here. What funding accounts have you have at the moment? I have Apex, I have Elite, I have Top Step, I have my fund features. So those are my big four essentially. I don't want to try all these other firms like that I'm not aware of, that I don't have like a big backend of. So like Apex, Elite, Top Step, my fund features, I get paid all throughout all of those four firms. They have versatility, they have innovation already. I don't need to keep on loading up on firms that are like newer or smaller. I don't want to take the risk. Okay, yeah, so this could be also holding these lows here. I just want to see this shop around before it really takes those lows, and then we can see a short setup. Did you start with funding accounts? Are you talking about like, did I start trading with funding accounts? Because if that's so, no. I started with Robinhood, just trading shares, and then I transitioned to options in Robinhood still, and Webull and all that, and then I transitioned to Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade. So they're both the same thing. Trading futures, and then I transitioned to Tradeovate trading futures. And then eventually I tried to do both, doing futures and funded accounts. And now I'm just mainly all funded accounts. I can also hook up my Tradeovate, but I just have too many funded accounts already. Like unless I up the size on the live account, it's not really affecting too much. But it's a good gig because you're able to just pay yourself like about 10, 15,000 with very light risk on all these if you have all these funded accounts. And I did share a video yesterday of the incident last week. This didn't happen on stream, but I did give away $15,000 of potential profits for the month of March. So I was actually up like above $25,000 because I already extracted 12,000 payouts. Could have been more, but that tilting, that emotional trading, it just happened to screw me over. Which I think the last time I had that like kind of tilt fiasco was in like November or something. So it's like been 3 months. I hope I don't have that for the next like year, for the rest of the year. But there's just gonna be days where you're gonna have big wins, big losses, and then there's gonna be some days where you actually play recklessly and win, and then you also play recklessly and lose. 15-minute low swept. Yeah, we did take this 15-minute low. We have the sell side here. Yeah, so we just want to see. Wait, is this a 15-minute low? Yeah, so this is a 15-minute low here. Not much to play by right now. It's holding pretty well. I would need confirmation, which is my confirmation would be a closure above 466 for me to look for longs. Otherwise, I'm just looking for shorts. Last couple weeks, I'm only losing. Really got to identify the problem with that. Like, oh, what was the P&L? So it just a swing high to swing low. We're looking at premium discount of the current range that we're in. So this low here, this high here. We just want to see. Just to align with good risk reward, we want to have shorts in premium, longs and discount. With other comment like GenWrap, you're only losing this week or a couple weeks. We gotta identify what's happening. What's your problem with that? Are you trying to overtrade? Are you not trade with a strategy? Is your model not profiting? And has it been profiting the last few months? Are you backtesting it? But the breaker model, the unicorn model, all these type of models that I'm trying to trade with you real time, along with the market maker model, it has very good risk reward and also higher win rate, as long as you trade setups that has the criteria you're looking for. Some has more criteria than others. Like this could be a align with a time macro, another one could not. This could sweep a very strong liquidity, another could just sweep like only 15-minute liquidity. It all depends really. And you just want to look for that setup. Look for the setups that have the best risk reward. And I try to share that live here, so like maybe we'll get set up this PM. If not, who knows? But I'll try to share a nice setup if I see one. We went to premium again here. This is equilibrium. Look at the 5-minute. This is a 5-minute FEG here. And we just kind of tapped inside this previous breaker, which I can just remove now. Not really useful anymore. So this is inverse now, and then for this to hold, we want to see this remain above this 1 minute here. And I'm gonna just not look for longs, until 15-minute closure above pink box. Just keep that in mind. We're still looking for shorts. Yeah, that's a good point, Ryan. Losing 2 or 3 weeks doesn't mean your models doesn't work. Unless you're just losing like 20 trades in a row. Something's wrong with that then. But if you, let's say, your normal, like, your average win rate is like 60%, doing like, let's say 1-1 RR, 60%, that's still a slight edge, profitable. But this month, maybe it was more volatile and it kept on taking you out. It could be like 40%. As long as your other months are working, you're still having operating a profit strategy. So just keep that in mind there, guys. There's just not many action going on right now, right? I'm still looking shorts though. We hit premium here. If it kind of hanged around a bit more, I would have looked for shorts in this 15-minute here. Is it probable to take 8 losses in a row? It depends. Like if your strategy involves like a stop that's less than something that's normal, like 5 points on NQ, you could technically just keep on getting stopped 8 times in a row. But if it's like something reasonable, like 10, 15 points, 20 points, it's gonna be rare to have that many losses in a row. What's your average win rate? I'm probably sitting around like, let's be safe, I'll just say 60. I think that's very conservative, but it should be higher though. You can see my trades real time though. %60 win rate with a higher, because I really take my TPs above 1R. It really depends. Sometimes 1.5, sometimes 2. Because my stop could be very tight. So in the ES trade that I pointed out this morning, 2-point stop here. Going for these lows is my main TP here, or these lows. I mean, that's 3RR. Like in this case, it's 3RR. But had it been like a 3-point stop or 4-point stop, it's not that big of a RR. So like I don't really, I have my stop and my TP based on the setup itself. So my stop I just want to put above the high, my main TP just at those equal lows. So it's not like a very structured, whereas like this trade will TP at 2RR, this trade will get 3RR. But it kind of averages out on its own. Okay, let's look for short setups though. Still bearish here. Show a simple premium discount once again. This is the range we're kind of trading at right now on the lower time frame. We just want to keep looking for entries above the premium as a rule of thumb there. Got a pop there. It's good. It held this 1 minute, held this inversion perfectly. Yeah, so if we can just go up to the 15 minute and show a short setup or short entry model, I'll go for that for sure. Do you risk the same every day on every trade? I think like on average, yes. Like I try to risk like about 200 to 400 per trade. It varies because like if NQ, like if I trade ES, it's typically only like about $250. NQ, since this I want a 10-point stop on average, I might have to do more wiggle room. So like a 2-point stop with 2 minis here would be $200. A 2-point stop with 10 points here, that'd be $400. That's like normal to me. Like 2 points on ES, 10 points on NQ should be equivalent. But oh, what is happening here? I might have my trading view, my laptop on. Like not size down. Oh, like sometimes in non-farm payroll or CPI or FMC, if it's like we're moving too fast, I might reduce my size. Let's say I go for 2-3 minis. Let's say I go 3 minis average. I might drop it down to 1. I might drop it down to 2. It depends. Like if the price action is very signatory and it's just nasty, I always have tight risk on it, but it's still not fun to try to mess around with poor price action. Okay, what is happening here? I want a move into the 50 minute, but we might have a sweep already here. And I would like a short above the 130 open, just because it would be also above premium. It's above the open time for afternoon. If you have 2,500 risk on funded, would you risk 250 per trade? 250 per trade is appropriate. I think it's very conservative because let's just disregard trailing drawdown. 250 per trade, 10 consecutive losses or 10 net losses. Very, very comfortable. 10%. It might sound big, but you're looking at drawdown. So like a 50K account, you do the math there, it could be like 1%. But like we're talking about drawdown here. And it really depends. Is that account like your life savings? Is that the like that $2,500 is everything you have? That might be more big for you. 10% could be huge in drawdown for you, but like for most people, 10% per trade on fund account is very, very conservative. Or more the conservative side than the aggressive side. Lots of people actually run like 15-20% though. I kind of sit around 10. Sometimes I can go above 12, depending if I add 1 more mini. It could be 3 minis. And then it really depends. I also have a few accounts. Like I have 50K accounts. I have a 150K account. This account here is 100K here. So like my size kind of varies based on my drawdown. I try to average them out though. What is up, Eric? Just got showered, back from the gym like 20 minutes ago. Oh gosh, what is this happening? Had a nice little $140 day on 20 accounts. We need to see your progress when you get to the payout range. It's not an if, it's going to be when. You're doing micros, so 3 micros. Very, very nice. That's comfortable for you, so. It's just based on people's preference. And experience too. Like if you're not used to successfully trading minis, then just stay with micros. Yes, so far there's no appropriate setup yet. Like it's been slow range, to be honest. But if we get change state delivery and then closure above the 50 minute, I'll be more appropriate looking for upside. I think I should keep on closing all these. I think it should be good now. I closed it out from my other computer. But Yeah, that's kind of weird. Can you not use multiple devices on TradingView? Because I use my PC and my phone all the time. Is it just PC or computers that you can't do that? This kind of close above the order block here. It's interesting because there's a rejection block here too. It could set up for a potential long run now though. For 250 with 225 to stop, if you lose 10 trades in a row, you deserve to lose account. Yeah, that's basically it. It's very rare for you to have 10 net losses. It doesn't have to be 10 in a row. You could, like, let's say you win 2, you lose 4. You win 2, you lose 4. And it counts up to 10 total net losses. So we're accumulating here. It's PC, okay, I see. So we're looking to see what happens inside this 15-minute FEG here, which also aligns with this 15-minute here too. Same setup here. This would be actually an inversion there. We might get a setup coming here. It could be long based on if we just violate this bear speedy right here and then do a change state delivery. And I'll look for longs there. But otherwise, if this comes back up into this 15-minute point of interest, since I'm still bearish, I'll be looking for shorts. But we're moving with pretty good momentum here. We just need confirmation. I'm not blindly shorting this. Bearish is still, or bias is still bearish on the 15-minute, and I guess this would, on the lower time frame, you could say this is bullish now, but it really matters about the intraday bias because the moment we start turning, you'll be like, okay, we're bearish. So you just make sure your low time frame entry, which is where you execute, aligns with your intraday bias. You can have the same checklist. I know some of you guys have the same things on their top right of the screen now, which is like, it's good discipline. So we're in this 15-minute point of interest here, both NQ and ES. It started to turn a bit. I just need to see confirmation for setup now, or entry more so. So we filled this 1 minute gap here too on the upside, and then we're kind of rejecting off of this order block 2, nested everything together. I'll just see how we move here. We can just consolidate more, just try to figure things out. If we get a closure under this 1 minute, that could be a more urgent way to look for shorts, because this is the balance that sent us to that point of interest and fill that inefficiency. So let's see. I don't know what kind of entry I'm looking at. I'm still bearish though. I might look for a closure entry or retrace back into it. It really depends. I think I still like it though. What do you guys think? You guys think if we close under this on the 1 minute, we can just enter, put a stop probably above this wick here? I would love to see a more structured setup though. A structured setup is always like more like a breaker setup, but we're moving pretty fast here. Like this could just leave from this 15-minute point of interest. I could be very bearish and I just don't get an entry. I just don't know where I want to enter yet. Blindly shorting here would have worked surprisingly, but I don't do that. So we just know the area where we want to enter though. We're also in a premium to discount, so we're in premium right now on both NQ and ES. This is a good area to look for the short setup though. Yeah, if we get close under this 1 minute here, which is at 143, I might actually just try to do a entry off of this closure, and then we'll see. We'll look for ads with more confirmation. It might look like something like this. I might just have to go for it. It's not a breaker entry though. That's why I'm just gonna do 1 mini likely, most likely, just one, and then if we get confirmation, I'll add to it. I need to see a closure first. But if this consolidate more and then kind of like take out this high and then run this low, we can just take an entry off a close back in, and this be more of a simple bearish breaker with a failure to push higher above that 15-minute point of interest. This would be more of a structure setup that I usually take. Yeah, we'll wait for the breaker. That's fine too, man. I think that might be the better way to look at it too. But yeah, if we get close above, I'm likely gonna try to look for longs. That's my confirmation. That happened last Friday. Everyone's like, "Look, go for longs, go for longs," and then like we just didn't get a confirmation on the 15-minute, which I trade the 1 minute. I use 15-minute as my entry to bias. If we don't get confirmation, I don't want to counter it. And then me shorting multiple times worked very, very well. Let's wait here. If we get a closure above this 15-minute and just clear all these inefficiencies here and just move higher, this is going to be a very clear buy maker model here. So we had a sell model here, and in New York really come up high to take out these highs, similar to Seeking Shoy. You look at it and then really propel lower, but this could buy back up very, very easily. We took out a good liquidity here as well, which this liquidity is actually where I was shorting on Friday on stream, and we had some good targets. We wanted a break to these lows here. I think we were looking for this 15-minute here. We just were shy like 10 points from it. So like Mark kind of remembers where good areas are. If there was a breaker on the 2 or 3 minute, but not the 1 or 5, would you still take it? It depends. The 2 minute I'll probably take. 3 minute, I don't really use the 3 minute too much. But yeah, just as long as there's confirmation, because right now we're ranging both sides. If you're looking at longs right now without confirmation, though, that might get a little tricky. Want to see if there's SMT too. Like I said, YM did take the low. And NQ and ES did not. Okay, we might get some confirmation here. I might be looking for a short setup now, though. I wish we moved up higher, though. Let's see this closure first. I'm just gonna try one most likely, and then we'll likely, if this fails, we'll do a different setup. Best videos for understanding breakers. I have Twitter. Go on my Twitter to look at the highlights. I have a lot of content for breakers and unicorn model, and I'll be making. I'm starting to work on YouTube videos, so I'll be pushing out like probably one educational video of breakers related topic once a week. No closure. This is likely gonna plummet down though. This is unfortunate. check the 3-minute chart, I guess, since everyone's talking about the 3-minute. Let's just see here. Okay, look at that 3-minute chart. This is that balance that really propelled us to move this 15-minute inefficiency. What does 2 minutes say? Yeah, I don't really like flipping over that many low time frame. 430, 445. Expect bulls to step in. This looks like a bearish move right now. We already saw the 15-minute here. We filled the 15-minute point of interest and moving lower. I was looking for shorts, but I didn't really get that entry yet. Did anyone look for or tag any short entry? Was there a 1-minute unicorn? Where I see it? I don't think we wicked this high yet. Unless you're talking about you're anticipating a setup here, which is possible. That's interesting here. I mean, yeah, if we just had this short setup somewhere here, we already would have got like our initial risk reward. That would have been very clean in and out. Did someone say that bull step in here? That's interesting. he did give a 15-point range, but he's expect bulls to step in, and they're stepping in all right. Let's look at the 3-minute that everyone loves. We did get closed on a 3-minute here. We're tracing back inside of it. I don't really use a 3-minute like that, but everyone keeps on mentioning it, so I have in my chart now saved in. We'll just wick lower on this 15-minute candle. There's a little SMT going there because we did do a wick lower, and you could kind of look at this as the change of state delivery too, because once we move a high, a candle higher here on the 5-minute here, we have this order block here that holds it. So it's a little difficult now. I'm gonna just wait for that rigor setup. The inversion is going back and forth. But yeah, good call. Gedji. He was calling for bulls to step in, I guess, like within this area here, and they did step in. They did. It's getting a little choppier now, though. Is it red today? No, okay. Alright, we'll likely run the giveaway in 10-20 minutes here. If, at the very least. We're just tape reading, I guess, right now. I'm just waiting for my setup now. We get like inducement here, which you could see as soup as well. It shows better on the 5. And this could really flip now. I'm just gonna wait for an easier setup to enter off of. If an FAG gets wicked so many times, does it still count? You just want to look at the FAGs that's important, and if you're trading the 1 minute, you're gonna see all these like inversions here, FAG here, all these breakaway gaps. That's why you also want to align yourself with the 15 minute or the hourly on a higher time frame. So we're only paying attention to this 15 minute here. This 15 minute is only about like 6 points entry or 6 point imbalance. This 4 hour with a 2 p.m. close here managed to hold to close within this 4 hour FAG here. Basically at the nick of time. The hourly still looks very, very bearish. And the 15 minute, we got closure on the 15 minute here. We just want to see if we can move higher from here or not. I think we have SMT going on too. So if we do come back down from it without closing, I'm gonna be very aggressive to the downside. Otherwise, we might be looking for upside now. So this 15 minute close in the next 13 minutes here is gonna be telling I'm just gonna wait for my setup. I'm also eating my lunch too. The pink box is a 15-minute here. Let me just move that a little bit more. That's where my bias would flip. Yeah, we have SMT right now. If we can just move lower from here. We might get a short setup. I'm looking at a 30-second now. I want to get a short setup. It takes a short setup here. Because it aligns with a point, the 15-minute point of interest right now. But it's just chopping back and forth. I'm gonna try to do tight stops on it. I need a strong displacement through this low. We can just retrace back into this inefficiency, but draw displacement through the low. And I'll jump in. Yeah, we're in a nice point of interest right now. Let's just see if we can get an entry here. Okay. The 15 minutes still holding very, very well right now. Surprisingly, it has been holding very well. Take 30 seconds one more time. Oh yeah, I want to get it now. Let's do I'll do one right now until we get more confirmation. Stop is probably above this high, so it's a very, very tight stop. Just see if we get in somewhere very close. Let's get filled here. I'm just gonna get one here. I likely just gonna put a hard stop above this high for now. But if we can displace through it, I'm gonna get my full size in, which is three minis. We kind of see like that bearish setup inside that 15-minute point of interest. So I just need more confirmation on something that's not the 30-second now, and then I'll add to this trade. So it's about like a 7-point stop loss. I'll actually just put a hard stop here. A 7-point stop loss right now, which should be like minus what? Minus 140. It's just an attempt here. Should put it at the order block. Once the breaker held, I just want to get a decent entry. But this could definitely fail. This is a very premature entry right now. That's why I'm just doing one right now. Just waiting for confirmation on the 1 minute more so than anything. I'll delete this order block here. All right, let's see if I can get some ads though. The ads are what I'm gonna put my lunch away now. Let's get ready to focus. So I just want to displace through this low here if I can. And then any retrace is a short for me. But let's just see. This is basically what is a 6-point stop right now. Minus 120 if I get hit. That's fine. My normal size 3 minis. I'm just doing 1 right now. Just to test the waters. Because it's inside the 15-minute point of interest. It looks like the setup's starting to form. 30-second entry off of... Could be off this imbalance there too. It's just bouncing around. Yeah, definitely don't try to enter with me if you're not comfortable with just like taking... If you're not able to take a 6-point stop with one contract, which is like a third of my normal size on a regular trade, just wait for the confirmation first. We don't have confirmation yet. Confirmation would be something like if we get a strong displace through this low and then a retap back inside would be a fill. This will be confirmation through this low here. Let's just see if it does it. Some ads in. Yeah, so 15-minute. Wow, it just came back up. What game is it trying to play, guys? This is where you could probably put break-even stop because you already got your 6 points right now, right? This is our 6-point stop. This is already 1-1. But I am trying to get some ads here when I get confirmation. If ES is weaker, why not short ES? That's a good question. But the setup is more on NQ just because we have the breaker setup. ES didn't take up the high, so for ES to have that breaker setup, it would need to smash down this low, and then you can look at this breaker. So since it had SFT already, and it did take out this high here, I'm comfortable with putting my stop at that high. I can't be comfortable with the ES high. If that makes sense. And ES is a snail. Yeah, we already got 1-1 here. This is where you either hold and wait for a confirmation, which is confirmation is smashing through this low and displacing through it, and then we can get some ads, or you can just take the TP and just wait for a second entry. I was gonna have to look at which option I want to do. We did take out this low. That's unfortunate that it didn't want to displace through it. Just confirmation would be a displacement through this low here. This is where I would probably have to put break-even stop though. Just go my way so I don't have to think too hard. Because when you're thinking hard, you just want to manage your risk as best as you can. There we go. Okay. Let me remove this premium discount just so it doesn't confuse people of a second entry. You're looking at this inversion as a retap now. If it gives this to us, that's what I hate about like when it consolidates so much that like it won't even give us a retrace. This was probably the retrace to give already. Let's see if it's going to go for this low now. I'm just gonna preview a discount real quick just to show the range for us. All right, so let me. It's just moving so slow. This is holding. This is respecting more the bearish speedy ray, but you don't really have a clear. Let me just do this. That might be more clear now. This is the breaker here. As long as this breaker holds, we're gonna be looking for only shorts. This could be off of entry already. Just waiting for more confirmation first. So choppy. This is the inversion would be the second ads though. I already have one in. I just want to look for 2 more ads now. If I can play this right, we're gonna smash these lows. So ES kind of also have a similar setup here. Would I maybe take on ES more? We displace through this low and retrace back inside of it. I'll just close this long right now or short right now, and I'm gonna try to focus on a actual confirmation entry now. So that was about 6 points. It went a little bit lower, but I kind of closed it a little late. It's still choppy around. It's not ready to dump yet because the displacement is still pretty weak. This is more intermediate displacement. I want strong displacement through it. And like I'm just watching for this order block too. It's holding pretty nicely. If we reject from this breaker, this is where we're looking for ads. So you just want to kind of get a feel with the range. The range is kind of chopping around, so let's just wait. Still, we're not looking for longs until we get closure above the 15-minute. It tried to do a closure. This is the 1-minute closure. If I want to, if you're new here, 15-minute FEG. I'm not gonna look for longs until we get closure above. Yeah, so once I saw displacement was more intermediate instead of a strong displacement, I just closed the entry. And I'm waiting for more confirmation, which it's not really doing right now. Bounce off the 1-minute PPR. That's also something that you could also watch. Oh, that's Lanto. What's up, Lanto? I mean, it's a good close. I made like to 120 off that. It was above 200 at one point, but I was looking for ads. I just need more confirmation for ads here. This is confirmation here if we wick inside this order block and reject from it because the order breaker will still hold. But it's not ready to move yet, it looks like. We're still like trying to chop around. And when you're trading on the 1 minute, that's something you want to recognize. So even though I got a nice short entry here, and we got like about 12 points from it, from this low, I didn't enter just for a scalp. I entered for a move to these lows and even low of day. It's just not ready to move yet, and you can already see the 1 minute's just chopping around. So if you look at the 5 minute, we're just kind of consolidating too, accumulating. So nothing has been structured yet. That's why it might be not ready to go for entry to take out like a high or low. We're just kind of inside of a range where you can scalp. I remember someone said, why not short ES? If I shorted ES, let's say I shorted the same area, it would be at 290. I guess you got 3 points. That would be good. But it would have been 12 points for NQ. They're very similar. ES just looks like it barely moved. Okay, so let's see here. I want to see if we can be ready to dump here. Did anyone take that starter with me? I don't know where you exit. You could exit at these lows. You could put breaking the stop on. You could exit at this previous low and then look for confirmation like what I'm doing. Whatever it is, I mean, this short entry had like 1 point drawdown, 2 point drawdown, and then it delivered 12 points. And my stop, like, this is 2 RR here if you see it. Because my stop was 6 points, right? I think it was a little bit lower. 6 points, and then it went for 12 points. That would have been already 2 RR because my stop, hard stop, had this high. There was no reason for it to come up back at this high unless it moves higher. Just because we're in this 15-minute point of interest and we kept on making a fair swing higher. So we took out this high here. We took out this high here. We formed a 30-second breaker here. And that's why I try to do a starter entry off of this 30-second breaker. But we had no confirmation on the 1 minute. The 1 minute, I was looking at this breaker here. We just didn't get a strong displacement through it. We got to close under. And then we just landed at this 1 minute BPR, which held very nicely. I killed that trade. I was waiting to see if it could just come back breaker and go back lower so I can get some reads into it. But it's just not ready yet. This is real-time, like, tape reading, real-time risk management. 4 hour, I can put 4 hour. So we got 4 hour closure on the 2 p.m. It closed within this 4 hour BPR here as well. So we're just kind of bouncing back from these 4 hour here. So it's not necessarily bearish yet on the 4 hour. If we got to close under, I would have scoped out this low. The hourly just consolidating. It's just not much you can go by. Anything is bearish though. And the 15-minute, we're still bearish, but it looks like we can flip here. I think it was a good call there. I attempted a short. And then once that held down here, I just killed the trade before it could go against me. Yeah, so that's risk management. It was only one contract, made 120 bucks from it. You gotta do what I gotta do. Would have been nice just close for 2 RR though. That'd been perfect, and then we could have re-entered somewhere. Still no closure on this 15-minute yet. We'll get the 15-minute close at 2:30. So we'll watch for this. This is still very clear for me. If we get a close above, we can look for longs. If not, we're looking for shorts. That's another wick though. That's another failure swing high. That really could tell you that we could be turning this time. I'm just trying to select the immediate entries to go by. I'm just gonna delete some of this. I mean, if it went my favor, I would have risked 6 points and would have went for these lows, and I probably would have got ads down here in this breaker, and it would have been like the very tight risk to take out these lows. It didn't go where I wanted it though. We just retap back inside. Okay, we might get, this is so many fair swings higher to displace through the 15-minute. This might be the time where it displaces through, because you look up through the whole day. This is something you want to keep in mind. We opened up in the future, open over here. We displaced much higher, and then 9:30 we moved down here. It displaced to take out this London high. We're near the bottom of the range, so that's why you don't want to stay completely short. And once we get close above the 15-minute, I'm gonna look for longs for upside. Do you trade full time or do you have a 9 to 5? This is full time for me. With your model, does displacement have to close over the body or the wick? Let me. Typically, body really matters, but if let's say the wick is large, I won't even like consider that. I think it really depends, but like the body is the most important for me. So look at these down close candle here. The wick is not that bad, so you can kind of count it inside the breaker. But had the wick would have been like down here or something like that, I won't even count that. I'll just count the body close, if that makes sense. And you can kind of see that through screen time if you back test or forward test or whatnot. But yeah, short made profit. We're looking for longs probably now. Confirmation would be a close above. And this would be the high that we'd be looking to take. Let's look for longs. Let's look for longs. Let's look at 5 minute here. Colby is asking, are you consistently profitable or are you still working towards it? I could definitely be more profitable than I am right now, but profitability is based on, like, let's say if you can consistently win over the course of 6 months. I think I've been doing that. If you're talking about like my whole career, I haven't been profitable my whole career. I only really been really profitable the last 2 years. And the last 8 months I think now has been very, very profitable, very lucrative. So like right now, everything I'm doing, I'm pretty consistent on. Okay. There's just no reason, like Ego Drunk said, like, do you have a 9-to-5 or full time? If I'm getting like about 10 to 15,000 in payouts each month consistently the last 6 months, that is more suitable already. And I'm trying to scale that up. I'm trying to really go for up that average from 10 to 15 to 15 to 20 to 25. And I would have hit 25 this month had it not been for that 50K loss. Damn, Lancer, you long 458. This is basically where I closed my short. So me and Lanto just did a switcheroo where I was short. I wanted lower, but it didn't really give that delivery I wanted. I closed and Lanto took my longs. It's trying to be like Lanto. Lanto was crazy. The boy got like 50K payouts in like a month from Top Step, and now he's getting Apex. I'm trying to scale up to that at one point, but I'm just not ready for that. I also want to restrict my trading time. I don't want to trade more than 2 hours a day. So that's why you see me live. Like if I live PM, I could be watching morning, but I'm not actively trading the whole morning session. I could be trading only like 30 minutes of it, which I kind of did this morning. So yeah, this is inverse long now, in 3 minutes, which is most likely. Would you recommend trading with personal funds, or is there a big risk advantage to using prop firm instead? If you're still figuring yourself out, I think prop firm is really good for you to use to figure it out, because you're not let's say you go personal funds, like you put like $3,000 in, you could jeopardize the whole account if you tilt or do whatever. But if it's funded account, it's just really only like 150 bucks, maybe $200 total with the activation fee, all that. That's not really that much to, and you could really learn and grow for that. And if you do good on those simulation count, those demo counts on funded, you could really be collecting a few $1,000 payouts. So the risk reward is in the prop favor. The macro tracker here. Okay, yeah. Someone reminded me to do the giveaway. We can do the giveaway now. I kind of got distracted trying to do this. We're likely going to look for another setup after the giveaway too. Alright, I just did it here. Like stream and comment your username one time. Username could be YouTube or Twitter, whatever it is. YouTube is probably easier for you because you can already see your username, but yeah, you have 5 minutes. 5 minutes plenty of time. It's like a fire drill, I guess. But the difference with the fire drill is I'm trying to give real trades as well. This is just gravy. Someone, John King said, how can you stay so disciplined? I just cannot stop chasing. I think part of that helps when you're trading live, because I don't want you guys to see me trade recklessly or chase entries. I only want to go for A+ setups, and if that kind of helps me, maybe that could be similar to you. Like maybe trade in front of something, like I don't know, like you need something to keep you accountable. It could be like just posting your results, like to your Twitter or even in my Discord. There's some people that post their results, and you don't want to just be seen like, oh, this guy just made $200 each day, and then the 5th day he just blew his count. If you're trying to be transparent and all that, just keep on recording your trades and sharing that with other people, and it really keeps you accountable. And then you're in turn focus on quality setup versus trying to chase it. And to add to that, like I also have my mishaps. You saw my YouTube video, you saw my post about how I blew some accounts and all that. Lose 15,000. So everyone's prone to these kind of big misses. I'm gonna try to work on not letting that reoccur. And it was still a profitable week for me. Okay, I think we have all the entries here. Stefan asks, I also assume you trade a personal account as well as funded or prop. I do both, yes, but lately I just been letting my personal account just sit, collect dust, because I have so many funded accounts to worry about. I don't want to think about like trying to add a different one. I'll probably go back into it like maybe this month. When you're just working on so many evals, so many funded, you get kind of overwhelmed. And to add like your personal account, to add like other like Forex or whatever it is, I just want to keep things more structured. I find it easier to trade after 11. Do you have a preferred trading session? It's either 10 to 12 or 1 to 3. Those are my 2 times for trading for New York. But yeah, like if you're having trouble trading, like let's say before 11, because you said you're comfortable trading after 11, that might be because it's very fast volatility, and that means like PM might be better for you. PM is what we're trading on. It's something like it's slow, but it's also something that you can understand. So we're already in inversions. Let me switch this here, or I'll just keep this as a 15-minute inverse. We'll just already know it now. So we're looking for logs now. Any long entry, valid one at least. Not gonna chase it, but if there's a long setup, as long as this 15-minute holds. So let me switch this now. It could be just a range entire day though. Why is everyone typing the name? It was a giveaway that we're doing right now. You can still enter within the next minute here. At 2:35, we'll have all entries. Do you ever do swing trade with futures with personal? Yeah, that's exactly what I kind of used the future account for, just a swing trade. But I haven't been doing that lately. I think it's just like, it's also like, if you look at that price range, we've just been kind of consolidating back and forth there. There's nothing I could really, when I look at the swing, I look to either go for a very juicy high after doing like a strong move, or a to buy the dip somewhere and hold for like the next 3-4 months. But we've just been so consolidating just back and forth. I guess I'm waiting for a range break, which we could do a range break and go for 19,000 maybe at one point. Yep, so we're looking for longs now. We were looking for short earlier, and now we're switching it up. This could be our breaker here. We did a retap back inside the breaker, but it's a very shallow tap, unfortunately. Okay, so we have all the entries here for 235. Let's do the giveaway. Giveaway today is a MyFunded feature account when we have ETF and Apex for this week. Giveaway winner is Marius Mutiny. I don't know how to say that. If that's you, please say. Are those ice cubes in your glass? Yeah, it is ice cubes. Congrats to Marius. Oh, there you go. Hey, just comment me your Twitter or Discord username, whatever it is, and then message me, and I'll give you that count. Congrats to Marius. We have plenty of accounts to give this week. I think tomorrow we could do 2 accounts, and then Wednesday we could do 1 account, and then Friday we could do 2 accounts. I think we have like, what? We're sponsored 7 accounts total, so there's going to be 2 days in the week where we're going to have 2 accounts to give away. And if there's a repeat giveaway winner, I might just have to run it again. I'm not gonna disqualify a giveaway winner because they won again. I'll probably just sponsor it on my own. We haven't had 2 giveaway winners at the same time yet, though, or recurring giveaway winners. What you have to do for the giveaway, it was just like the stream, and then what happens is during midstream, I'm just gonna say, just comment your username like the stream, and then the bot is just gonna pick 1 person. Okay, so we're still looking for slogs here. We have triple highs above. James is asking, how are you looking to engage here? I'm looking for longs right now. We're bullish on the intraday bias. We're bullish on the low time frame bias. I'm just looking for a setup to join in, and hopefully it'll be within this breaker, but we're moving away from that. So we're looking to see if we can get an entry somewhere. It already ended time for me. We're gonna have to wait for tomorrow for next stream. We do one giveaway each day. One of my top 750K is ready for payout. Account balance at 2,900 with 8 $200 days. I plan to build to 4K, but I saw that it's 5 days per payout. Okay, so you're asking, should you take the payout or should you not take the payout? 9 out of 10 times, I'm gonna say get that payout, because that $2,900 is simulation profits, and it's not yours until you get them. And the caveat is, like, you're not gonna be able to withdraw the whole thing. So like, if you're able to withdraw like 2,500, there'll be like $400 left. That's not much to really go by. But you have like nearly 3,000, and which one 1,500 of it or 1,400 of it, you still have 1,400 left. So definitely pay yourself. Any plans to stream AM this week? I think we're gonna stream AM moving forward. I just want to avoid, unless London and Asia have strong volatility, then I kind of just avoid AM to stream. Someone said 5-minute breaker. Or this breaker has a 5-minute FG. Let me see. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah, 5-minute doesn't have a breaker though, but it has. It'll be looking at this order block nested in this FAG. So, yeah, ideally we want to look for logs inside of this range. That would be inside the breaker, like that person said. That would be a very good long. And your stop, which is probably be, could be on this low here, 460. So very tight stop if it give us the entry, but we're kind of shy from it. It's kind of hard because if I'm operating on like a stop that's 10 points, or sometimes I operate like 6 points like I did earlier, I really want to manage or get an entry that qualifies for that. So I'm not going to be able to enter like, let's say long here and do like 8-point stop. This is still within valid long setup. But if I enter here and put my stop down here, if it violates it, I'll be more likely to shift lower and I'll be wrong on that setup. So that's why you might see me just waiting for that setup and waiting for that entry to hit. Any video or resources for someone completely ignorant about fund accounts? Okay, listen here. I'm going to give a 20-second explanation. There's a YouTube video that I explained funded accounts in my channel. There's only 5 videos out right now. It's an intro to fund accounts. And then the other part is just look at smartpropfirm.com. It's a website that me and a few other traders made. And it explains a lot of things about prop firms. It shows the deals, do all these type of things. Okay, Marius, I think you're the one who DM'd me on Discord. Can you confirm that's you? What is this your profile here? This is interesting. The future prop firm so far is pretty safe. The Forex, there's so many things going on in Forex. It's disgusting. So we did take out those triple highs here. Those highs would have been a very good draw on our 1-minute setup. But now we're about to, if we get a long setup, we're gonna form a bearish breaker setup as well. Quite interesting. We're looking for a tap inside this 5-minute here, and maybe we could get a long entry off of it. Our bias is upwards for now, so this is why it's a doable long, but I'm not going to try to long this first dip here. I'm going to just let this see if it holds first, and then I'll jump in if anything. We're close to power hour too. I don't like how, like, this could just be a pop higher, and then we're just going to move lower the rest of the day. Looks like this wicked inside the 5-minute here very nicely. It should push higher now. My stop would have been at this low here if I took the trade. A little early for vodka soda. It just water nice. I just don't really like the range for today. It's because like we're not getting good delivery. Or the delivery is good, but it's just going back and forth. So like even if we long here, it could just do a pop and then smash the low again. That's what I'm afraid of from previous price action. But yeah, now that we flipped our bias, you want to avoid the short. So like even though we got a 1 minute short setup here, the bearish breaker, am I gonna take it? I don't think so because it doesn't line with our bias, and this is more of a 1 minute bullish breaker. So like maybe imagine like this. We're inside 2 breakers right now, and the moment it's gonna choose which one it want to violate. It want to violate the bearish one or the bullish one. Which one would you choose? I would go for the bullish one just because we're bullish on the intraday bias based off this 50-minute closure above. That's how I'm looking at it when I'm trading breakers. That is not guaranteed though because it could smash the low. That's why I didn't want to take this long the first go. Should have took the long. Yes. We just talk about long. Every tap inside this 5 minute though. This would have been like probably like something like this nested together in the high breaker. Fill in this 1 minute, nested this order block here. Stop at just this low wick. Would have been like a 5 point stop ish. Even if you do higher, you already hit your 1-on-1. But it's I'm afraid with this price action right now. I don't know if it's ready to deliver yet. It's interesting because since the 1 p.m. started, this was the range on 1 p.m. here. About like 60 points. But it moved very slow with it. Funded prop trader HQ. We have the 1 minute short setup, but you have to be careful because we're also delivering from the 1 minute bullish setup. But we close above 15 minutes. That's why we're more bullish, and that's why I'm looking at the longs and seeing if I'm going to smash through this bearish breaker here. Did anyone take this long though? VV took the long. Yeah, just protect yourself. I think putting breaker stop would be perfect already. Nice land, so $400 per account is well worth it. Took the long at the midpoint of the breaker. Just got a quick one. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. That's what I should have done, because I'm very comfortable with this long if I had my stop at 460, and if I just did a 1-to-1 trade, something like that, that would have been very easy for me. Like, that's not even me trying to take the low wick either. That's just like inside the 5 minute, inside the breaker. 7-point stop. 1-to-1 would have been fine. Maybe I should have done that. I think I'm just too thinking about like looking for a setup that really propelled to this buy side here. But it's not really, the market's not really doing that right now. It's just chopping back and forth. Good morning or good afternoon, Ash. Hello. Yeah, so I executed here. I just didn't execute here yet. I should have said 1-to-1 though. Can you explain the reason for your bullish bias? It's very, very simple. So low time frame, you could really switch bias left and right. So like down here, I was bearish. Up here, once we violated the bearish breaker, and inverse bullish. Down here, we started the bearish move. So you're gonna keep on flipping back and forth. That's why you have your high time frame bias, which is neutral for me right now. I'll explain why it's neutral. We're just sitting behind between 4-hour FEGs here. And the intraday bias is the 15-minute. I said I'm bearish until we get closure above this 15-minute. That's why I was able to short and look for short so many times until 2:15. We got closure above. Now you're focused on upside now. This becomes an inversion. You're looking for upside. So 2:15 close here. I think, where is it? Was it 2:30 actually? I think it was something like right here. This is 2:30 here, marks the move where we're only looking for upside now until we get closure back under. And in the scheme of things, like I asked you, like we're sitting inside of a bullish breaker here on the 1 minute, a bearish breaker on the 1 minute as well. We're between two breakers. Which one would you go for? Would you go for the short or would you go for the long? I would go for the long just because it aligns with their intraday bias. And that's exactly what I kind of explained when it was happening. I'm glad some of you guys got the entry. We're also building some low liquidity now. Pretty blatant here. I would not be surprised. This is kind of what I'm anticipating. Just gonna keep on chopping around, take out this buy side, and then really smash down this low. E-man, price action has been so terrible on a losing streak. Are you in a losing streak? If you're on a losing streak, you need to review your trade, see like what's going on. Because it's very hard to keep on losing. If you're patient with it, just wait for a setup to come. Mondays I try to stick 1-to-1. Tuesday, Thursday, my rules allows for more. I think I want to operate probably the same guidelines as you, Artist, just because Monday it's just so atrocious price action. I don't know. It's very rare for me to have a Monday price action where I'm like, this is good. What are you eating? I'm just eating breakfast, or it's breakfast from. It's nearly 3 p.m. and I'm eating like eggs, bacon, and sausages and all that. I'm eating my breakfast. Are you paying attention to the bearish 1 minute breaker we are currently in, which formed at 12:36? Are you on different time frame or time zone for me? 12:36. So you're looking at the bearish breaker I have right now. I kind of already answered that. This is a bearish breaker that formed, but we're delivering from the 1 minute breaker here. So that's why this is a simple rebalance back to the bullish breaker for upside. So when you have two contradicting setups here, go with the one that aligns with your bias. The bias right now is bullish. Does that make sense? If you rewind, like this is where it's important to see it and hear it real time. When price was coming like above here, I was saying this real time. We're gonna deliver down here. If we get down here, we'll get the long setup, but we'll form a bearish breaker. And we're going to have two setups. And you just want to go with the one that aligns with your bias. Oh, okay. Further to left, 12:30. Okay, you might be the same time as your zone. Let me 12:36. Oh, okay. I see what you're looking at. You're looking at this bearish breaker. I did not even look at that. So let's say if you did mark this out. Let me see. I mean, it does align with it. I just didn't see it because my bias, it's kind of difficult because once we flip over to the 15-minute here, this is bullish for me already, and I'm gonna point out a 1-minute breaker setup. This breaker setup working, but it kind of have the same alignment like with what I'm saying here. This is a 1-minute bearish breaker setup, but we're delivering off of a 1-minute bullish breaker and delivering from a 15-minute bullish setup too. So intraday is bullish already. So that means like this 1-minute setup is not going to be too concerning for me. Like I'm not considering too much. But yeah, I definitely did not see that. I was really just going for this high. That's my marking. When you're trading the 1 minute too, like you don't have to keep on like looking left. This is more if you're looking at higher time frame. Rather use inputs that are right here. So like you have bullish here, bearish here. Let's see what happens. I'm not gonna keep on scrolling left though. It might work in some cases, but this is what happens in real terms. So I might have to end the session from just the one trade. I have like 10 accounts on right now, 120 bucks. That's fine, I guess. I was hoping to get some trades going to get me like a few hundreds though, but this is the only trade here. It went 200 at one point, but I had to manage my risks. Yeah, we did the giveaway already. We typically do the giveaway midstream, so like in the middle. Yeah, so far, like besides like the execution, like I think I've been doing pretty well, kind of tapering the entire day because I was like short, close above the 15-minute, bullish, long setup here. So like I kind of gave a few setups. I just only executed on one. It's just Monday price action with this range here. Like we're large range, but we're in the near the bottom of it for PM here. It's a little bit tough. Alberto is trying to get the giveaway. He's big braining it. Yeah, it's near 3 p.m. I think this is where I kind of wrap up here. I could have had like this look for longs here. This short could have played out. Like I got a starter already. I would have added inside this breaker and it would have ran this low. But I think since we're just near the bottom of the day, we're not ready to move lower yet. And for the same case, upside, I mean, if we long the 5-minute here, 466, and the side is a 1-minute bullish breaker, we got like about 15 points. That would have been good too. We just didn't really get any delivery. So let me just wrap up stream here. I hope that some of the commentary helped you guys. And we're just going to keep on tape reading every day. And hopefully keep our discipline. Keep slowly building our fund accounts. And eventually we're going to have over 200 people get payout at the same time. And we're going to collectively get like, I don't know, something atrocious number. Astronomical number. Like everyone gets like $2,000 payout. $2,000 payout. 200 times 200 viewers or more. That would be the goal. That'd be very, very nice, where we can just post our payouts all in the same month. Well, let's just hope we can get there. Slow building, brick by brick, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. wrapping up here, guys. Hit the like button. Yep.